Welcome back to you for another yummy update, my friends. Crypto Crapo is bearish. He's bearish as hell. Crapo is bearish. He's expecting like a low $60,000 Bitcoin price, which is a crash of like another 30%, which is, I guess it's great for us because he's the inverse oracle. He's been wrong very often wrong. He does the same tricks on his charts every time, where it's like a little bit up and then like straight down 30%. I don't know why. It's like a meme. It's a joke. Thank you to Benny Blanco. That's wonderful. So thanks so much. It cheered me up to see that he's bearish as well. So it probably might mean that we're actually going to get a nice pop-up. But we're still waiting for April, the month of April, to basically pump on us through. We've got the global liquidity. The fractal pretty much says we go up on Mar-Y, first day of Mar-Y. That's in another month from now. So what's happening in this next period, April? Man, honestly, friends, April, almost called it the wrong name, sorry. April, the month of April it's traditionally like turbo bullish month for crypto. It's always like bullish. It's meant to be like amazing month every single time. We'll see what happens in this one though. Now, a personal update from me. So, you know, friends, people tell me, Sammy, I don't like how you're so confident about things you have uncertainty on. They tell me that all the time. I can feel it. They get upset. I don't really care. I don't care that you don't feel good. I don't give a shit. I've got signals, man. I've got signals, friends. So my follow count is dropping. I can't get more bullish. I literally can't get more bullish. I've literally lost 300 plus Twitter friends. 300 plus. Blocked everywhere. Dude, I've watched other people do this. I've watched other people do it. And I never thought it would ever happen to me. Because I thought, because, you know, you're humble, you're nimble. You're like, it never happened to me. Because people trust me. And like they, I show them thousands of videos. Hey, it's another dip buy. I'll just get something in. I show them that. I'm like, but, you know, these people don't. Even though I'm educating for free. But then it actually happens. They throw everything out for the past 2 years and just hyper-focus, recency bias. They're like, say, no, this time is different. You made videos about all the other stuff. Like, what do you mean this time is different, bro? Are the prices not cheap? Are the prices not cheap? Down 95% from the top. Upwards trending chart. But I know, the narrative and everything basically gets morphed in. And then that's right, irrational fear. Happens with everything. So, yes, it is true, right? As my followers go down, it looks like this stupid PDI that Richard Hart has recommended to stop buying. I don't have any recommendations, okay? I don't. So Richard has said, stop buying PDI, ? Okay. And then 9 minutes later, a transaction happened on the blockchain from a rumored Richard Hart wallet, traded into a coin called Nope, and then traded into EDI. So I don't have any recommendations, man, at all. I like it. That's it. Also, this chart, friends, we watched every single FUD wave appear. FUD, every single week. So I trust in the plan, by the way. I definitely trust in the plan. I also believe that we need a truly decentralized stablecoin. And I'm going to have to get through this to you in many forms so you understand. So many people, they literally, when they hear of a decentralized stablecoin, have no idea what the hell is going on. No idea, okay? So people with a $4,000 net worth are confused as to why a controversial billionaire might want a truly decentralized stablecoin which operates in a special economic zone. Okay? So when you have your shitty little couple of $100 in something, you don't get it. You're not all in, man. These people are all in. They don't want to leave back to the system. They don't want to go back to the traditional financial system. They'll get barred. You literally can't go anywhere. Do you know that? You can't do anything. You know they did it to Gayden Adams the Unisoy founder. He had like a couple of $100 million in his JP Mosquito account from dumping Uni. They blocked him. Removed him. JP Mosquito closed his account. Didn't have a bank account for a while. They gave him hell. Literally gave him hell. They basically bullied him, and then he went and he sucked off the SEC. That's what they did. Then they made him kneel to the SEC. So JP Mosquito, they closed the guy's account. 2 seconds. Just because it was in crypto. It was 2021. He hadn't even done anything. He just released the Uniswap code a year earlier. And they start banning him. What did he do? You know what he did, man? They allowed one of the best technological inventions in crypto is Uniswap. I told you, there's 3 pillars of crypto. Bitcoin first, Ethereum, the first smart contract platform, then Uniswap. It's literally a self-referential oracle. We are the oracle now. We're the price oracle. We don't need anybody to tell us the price. We've got an efficient one here. We have the perfect swapping. It's beautiful. Okay? So people with their shitty little $40 in something, you will never be able to understand what it's like to have $4 billion of assets and a system that's looking for reasons to ban you so it can control you. Okay? You don't know what it's like. You'll never know what it's like because you're thinking like a pleb. So that's why I'm telling you, if the prophecies are true, which I don't know, yes, I'm tweaking my nipples. Yes, I'm pegging my nipples. If they are true, it makes all the sense in the world. Okay? And by the way, whenever we talk about PDI, people always come out and they say, but we have other stable coins. Are they linked to bank accounts? Do they have only like $90 of liquidity? Okay, thank you. Move aside. Point proven. See, you're trying to move your $90 around. Okay, maybe someone out there has got billions of dollars. He can't move around. Do you get it now? You're starting to get it. Maybe you are. Shout out to Mr. CashMoney. Rafiki. Who am I talking about? Definitely not the founder. Definitely not the founder. It's starting to click now that maybe this is a necessity. By the way, the founder of PulseChain, he does have a reference in one of his streams where he wants to make a country. And he references, I think, the special economic zone. Okay, so he actually has spoken about that years ago, 2021. I've been planning my whole life for this. Oh, golly, I can't figure out what he's talking about. So that's why, friends, I believe crypto needs a truly decentralized stablecoin, not USD soy, not the MakerDAO one with the blacklist function. Okay, they are trying to get $100 billion of assets plus from real world assets. They're going to leave everyone else behind. They're basically trying to join the big leagues. You get it? Maybe you get it, maybe you don't, okay? But I've already made all the videos, man. I told you, Richard Hart could see the DeFi narrative in 2019. And the DeFi narrative peaked somewhere deep in 2021. DeFi narrative is actually still around, by the way. It's here forever. Hasn't even started. Okay, stablecoin narrative. We're in one right now. He's been thinking about this for years. So when I see followers going down, friends, that's why I'm here giving you updates. Yeah, it's just making me more bullish. It's literally just making me more bullish. Like, hey, you think there's like a 0% probability of any of this happening? I'm thinking, man, I don't know what the probability is, the real one. I don't know. I'll make the real one, but I'll tell you right now, it ain't zero. It ain't zero to me. Also, shout out to Davey James. PDI is easy to go up when people remove liquidity as instructed by the king, sir. You getting it now? Maximum uncertainty can mean maximum opportunity. But you have to be willing to swim naked for a while. That's the truth, friends. There is no... You don't get certainty now. The market price is fair. It's like, oh, you're less than 1% chance of survival. Right? But odds change over time. Also, friends, I want to give you another update about what's going on. So, look, PulseChain core coins are still sliding down. We'll have to redraw this triangle. Still sliding down and down and down. Like poopy town. I still believe I'm waiting it out. Prices are still cheap. They keep capitulating. I know a lot of people are upset. Look, friend, look. All I can say is I think I figured something out, and I'm not telling anyone. And I really do mean that, okay? It's a believer cycle. I think I figured something out, and it's like nothing's changed, okay? I'm still holding. Remember, Ethereum is still 1900. These prices are fugazi to me. I think there's a plan. I know there's a plan. I know at this point. There's 2,000 things showing me that pretty much it. But yeah, there's some sensitive stuff I figured out, and I can't, don't ask me about them, but I'm just thinking of the future, okay? I'm thinking of the future. Right now, things are sucky. Everything's down. I want to show you something more as well. Before I even continue that, friends, I've got to give a special shout out to my friend CashMoney as well. Now, Cash Friends is a gifted man, okay? Now, I'll be honest, like when you see Cash Friends in life, you see him shirtless, you see he's really an I don't give a F guy, right? With people like that, it can swing one of two ways. I'm just telling you, okay? I've met a lot of these guys like that. Either they really are off their rocks, or they're like beaming some weird stuff from the universe, and you're like, oh wow, they're tapped in somehow. Okay, now I'm not saying he definitely is. I don't know. Just he's reading the blockchain. He's gifted. He's seeing stuff. He's the one, friends. He went on stream. It was him or Cash. I subscribed to him, and by the way, I got him on bell notifications. Okay, so Cash. Remember, I summoned him. I literally summoned him. He figured it out. He went to remember I played for you the video. He was the one. He correlated Richard Hart's Twitter questions and then answers speech on the blockchain. The blockchain is free speech. It's a communications device, okay? He asked the question on Twitter, stop buying PDI, question mark. 9 minutes later, one of the rumored Richard Hart wallets swapped the coin into Nope, N-O-P-E, which is Randy's coin, Nope, and then it swapped into EDI. It's almost like saying, stop buying PDI, Nope. Okay? Now, you do sound like a nutcase conspiracy, but friends, you got to think why it's a conspiracy. Because the word conspiracy comes from this philosophy, right? Where you are reading information from a place that you think is credible to read from, and other people don't think it's credible. You know, like, friend, you can just imagine you could literally talk to dead spirits. Imagine you could do that, and you're literally just sitting there talking to them. Maybe you're one of those autistic savants where you could literally you're having these conversations and stuff. People think like there's a conspiracy, something weird's going on. They're weird. Well, are they weird? No, they just got a different satellite. You know, there's different people out here. They have just different satellites for beaming into stuff, just like a language in your head. Right? Imagine you only thought there was one language in the world, English, and then you just see someone speaking Chinese, right? And they can whisper Chinese to each other. You're like, whoa, conspiracy, you know what I mean? So there are these different like waves, all this stuff that we don't fully understand. Now, Cash is gifted, okay? He is gifted. I'm not saying like don't do any of this worship stuff out here, right? Because the crypto community stuff, we put people on very high pedestals, and it doesn't always go. So I don't want to put any pressure, but I enjoy listening. It's a fresh perspective, okay? Because Cash said, or Richard said, blockchain speech. He's like, okay, if it's speech, is it talking to me? And he's reading stuff from that. And there's a split in the community because the Warlord Richard idea from him streaming in 2019, 2020, 2021, Warlord Richard is still like it's a pillar. It's an Old Testament of the community. It's still there. You know, they still have the clips and everything out here, right? And that's why there's a split. Old Testament is do this and do that and whatever. And then there's New Testament, Richard, just like the Bible, where there's more wishy-washy stuff. There's more grays. You know what I mean? Like for example, friends, in the Old Testament of the Bible, I'm sure there's parts where God says, like, you know what? Someone betrays you, just kill him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not just paraphrasing stuff here, where it's more direct, you know? Then Jesus comes along, then you have New Testament stuff, and then it's more like, you know, love thy neighbor, or like turn the other cheek, like forgive. You know what I mean? Like, hey, you got to learn to let stuff go and stuff. Yeah, so it's a different message out here. So I'm the one who brought that into like everyone, like it's something in the universe is beaming that to me. Okay. I'm not here like going, oh, you know what's a good analogy? No, it just came to me. I'm looking at it. I'm like, man, it's just weird that the universe is just throwing that at my head. That's what I see, right? Even in the beginning of the Highest of Stakes movie, I think it was Nerd Girl. Shout out to Nerd Girl. She goes, well, and you know, in this universe, Richard's God himself. You know what I mean? So it's obviously because you're dealing with network effects, friends, and leaders, and we have little tribes. We just use different words and stuff like that out here to represent things. But yeah, I just want to let you know, friends. So I heard a rumor. I heard some very nasty things by some people. I'm not going to tell you their names. People on Twitter Spaces saying some nasty things about Cash Money. So I just want all of them to know that he has an army of friends. We will defend and support him. New information he comes and he interprets as it's great, man. It's great. We're figuring this stuff out. We're figuring this out new. And remember, and this is actually the disgusting part as well. While we're on stream, his electricity in his house is going out. Yeah. So these low-life soy boys took the glass half empty approach on that. Glass half empty of orange juice. And they said, oh, look, can't even afford electricity. What a sad, sad way to look at that situation. Why don't you instead say, isn't it cool that this guy's barely got electricity in his house, but he's still giving his time out there? Isn't it amazing? He's sharing his gift. He's not using that as a roadblock. That's wild. That's wild to me, isn't it? And by the way, you're literally watching like a potential success story evolve right in front of us. It'd give me like pleasure and pride to go in one of these one of those YouTube panels where the mid-curvers are, the four panel mid-curvers, and maybe I'll split it up. I'll be in one of the corners and I'll say, guys, you weren't there when we had literally guys couldn't pay electricity for their home and they put it into this and it changed their life because they got the bet right. While guys like you mid-curvers, were telling him to eat bugs, go get your 9th jab, and buy some dog shit shielded by mainstream KOLs that everyone already knows about. No growth in the network effect. And go, this guy smashed his. He literally smashed it out of the park. And you were judging him like you judge a book by its cover. And guess what? Now, he wins. He was the hungry wolf. I'm a hungry wolf too. That's how this world does reward hungry wolves like that. Friends, I can see it. I can see it happening. I would love to go give that story. And first, we've got to find that story. We found that story. It's happening right in front. So that's how these things start, friends. And by the way, I want you to know as well, Cash Money, right? Electricity is barely working. The information that he obviously was reading from the blockchain and how everything's playing out, it was so compelling. Something in the universe is telling him, bro, you got to get out and tell them. You have to go out. You have to tell these people. He's watching us like, dawdle and water. Like, I don't know what this means. There's a lot of uncertainty. And he's literally so compelled. Like something told him, man, I got to throw everything away. I got to go 100% at this. So that's why I want to do like this ode towards him. I follow him on Twitter as well. Obviously, you guys, I love and appreciate you. All of his likes. There's like 50 to 100 likes each. Like you all got what I was feeling when we came across him for the first time. You saw my reactions. I was like, oh my God. Because like all we wanted to see was that it wasn't random. He was telling you, hey, these things are not random, bro. I mean, the guy literally said blockchain is speech. And by the way, friends, if you go, look, I'll tell you right now, if you go to Richard's, this is the craziest part, man. If you go to Richard's bio, yeah, Richard only communicates in. He doesn't use, and you go to all these, he's missing blockchain. Isn't that weird? He literally went to the SEC to tell you that blockchain is speech. And in his bio, he does not say that he doesn't use blockchain. I hope one day he comes out and says something like that. He's like, if you've read my bio, I've been telling you blockchain speech the whole time. I told you 50,000 times. And my bio says I don't use any of these communications, but I didn't mention that I don't use blockchain. But I don't want him to say that, and he knows he shouldn't say that right now because people start connecting the dots. You get the Jeets back in, it undoes the hard work. So yeah, that's why as well, friends, with Cash Money as well, I invite everyone as well, instead of putting people down, we lift them up. All right? Because by the way, that's the birth of crypto. We just see like these kings, friends, like all you're seeing right now, if you're seeing Crypto walk around with $100 million account, all these things in Bugattis, Lambos, and like these big, everyone flexing their Rolexes, Dude, that's not crypto, bro. That's not crypto. You know what crypto is? The highest returns are, because these are all most of them are just grifters. They're just getting their money from the Bybit exchange, casino laundering, and just the meat grinder there. That's a real meat grinder, by the way. So that's not real crypto. The realest crypto, OG crypto. The highest returns was literally Richard Hart, dweeb looking dude, Andreas Antonopoulos. Literally, friends, these people just literally look homeless, bags under their eyes, scared to talk to people, no social skills, meeting up in these underground weird basements. They had to use a code word. That's the OG crypto. Okay, that's literally it. They're the people. They're like the pioneers. That's where the highest returns are. Okay, once you start seeing like the fake veneer teeth, the shiny stuff out here, the big nice brand logo, come in here. You're definitely going to be part of the 1% win rate if you come and do a Bybit leverage long. You know what I mean? Like when you're in that stuff, it's game over, bro. It's literally game over. So this is like, I've been hunting for something like this my whole life because I read stories about this. Wait, did you buy Bitcoin early? No, you didn't. Okay. Did you buy Ethereum early? See, if you went back in time, you know how much I talk about the size of Vitalik's head. You would have went all in on Ethereum. Okay. We're trying to use that same principle now. So where to from here? Well, things are a bit different this cycle. Like in terms of like this is the first time we've started a post Bitcoin halving year down. Okay, we've actually gone down. So we're like Bitcoin's down 9%. That's the best thing. Okay, everything else is down like 40, 50, 60% since January this year. Most things are. That's never happened before. By every other cycle, we were up. I'm still not going to give up. I think it's going to get better. I don't know when, Moon. We'll find out. Like, subscribe, catch you soon.